Welcome into Brophy College Prep Baseball right here, this time on my Twitter/YouTube. I do want to apologize initially. I've been having some problems with Twitter. I'm looking to get those resolved as soon as possible. And again, we do apologize for you having to click one extra button to look at the stream. But stream is up, stream is running, we are good. And also, everyone up here in the media section is ready for Brophy Baseball. Let's meet the visiting Basha Bears. Batting leadoff and playing shortstop, Gavin Smith. Batting second and playing the hot corner at third, Drew Douglas. Batting third and playing in right field, Nathan Nichols. Batting cleanup and playing first base, Tyler Clementez. Batting fifth and calling the shots behind the dish, Jordan Vigil. Batting sixth and playing left field, Max Madrid. Batting seventh and playing second base, Brady Lord. Batting eighth and playing designated hitter, the designated hitter for the pitcher, Cannon Albright. And rounding it off in batting ninth, Alex Dabrowski. And pitching for your Brophy Broncos, University of Arizona commit Jack LaFlamme. LaFlamme coming into tonight's, or this rather afternoon's matchup with a 2-1 record and a 3.54 ERA. And with that, Smith steps into the right-handed batter's box. LaFlamme toes the rubber. And we are underway. First pitch swung on, hit to George Smith at second. He fires it over to first for out number one. A quick out by the Brophy defense. Now up to bat for the Bears, third baseman Drew Douglas. Drew Douglas playing third base, batting .236 on the year with 10 RBIs and 2 home runs. Douglas batting left-handed. LaFlamme fires. And that one in for a strike. Umpiring crew today behind the plate, Richard Pineda, as that pitch is swung on in between second and short. And Douglas is up for the first hit of the afternoon with a base hit single. Our officials tonight, behind the plate, Richard Pineda, and the base umpire, Scott Goulk. Goulk and Pineda will be running a two-man crew. Pineda does officiating here in Arizona for 3 different sports. He does baseball, basketball, and football as well. As LaFlamme starts off with a strike. Now up to bat for the Bears, Nathan Nichols. Nichols batting an impressive .390 with 17 RBIs and 1 home run. As he'll look at that pitch high for a ball. The runner at first, Douglas. LaFlamme checks Douglas. No tag applied by Willie Corneo Farmer. LaFlamme comes set. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. And now, count is 1-2. LaFlamme able to work downhill from the stretch. LaFlamme checks the runner. Tag applied, not in time. LaFlamme once again checks. Douglas keeping Douglas sane over there at first, not wanting any stolen bases. Douglas with a good leadoff. LaFlamme. Deep breath. The pitch. Ball just a bit up high. Count is 2-2. 1 out here in the top of the first. The pitch. Off speed, just up high. Counts full, 3-2. LaFlamme comes set. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And LaFlamme gets his first K of the afternoon. Now up to bat for the Bears, the first baseman, Tyler Clementes. Clementes batting .377 on the year with 11 RBIs. And he'll look at that pitch high for ball 1. Douglas still the runner at first. LaFlamme comes set. Delivers. High once again, ball 2. LaFlamme working around the plate. Primarily has attacked the upper third of the strike zone so far this game. Douglas with a leadoff from first. Corneo Farmer holding him on. The pitch. Swung on, pop fly to the infield. Meisner calling off everyone and making the catch for out number 3. Side retired. Some good pitching from LaFlamme. And the Broncos hold the visiting Bears to 0 runs in the first inning. Now, let's meet the lineup for your Brophy Broncos. Batting leadoff and playing right field, Johnny Casale. Batting second and calling the shots behind the dish, Lucas Franz. Batting third and playing third, ironically enough, Jack Meisner. Batting cleanup and playing first base, Willie Corneo Farmer. Batting fifth and the designated hitter for Jack LaFlamme, Jack Oman. Jack is designated hitting for Jack. A lot of Jacks. Batting sixth, playing center field, JT Craig. Batting seventh and playing second base and making the first out of this game was George Smith. Batting eighth and playing left field, Jack Ryan. And rounding it off and batting ninth, the freshman, Brandon Wirtz. On the hill for the Bears this afternoon, Braden Barnes. Barnes standing at 6'1", weighing 200 pounds. Second heaviest Basha Bear. Barnes also committed to play college ball right here, a couple miles away at Phoenix Municipal with the Arizona State Sun Devils. We have a battle of LaFlamme committed to U of A and Barnes committed to ASU. These two potentially might square off in the near future in Tucson and Tempe, respectively. And now, stepping into the left-handed batter's box and getting us started in the bottom of the first inning is Johnny Casale. Casale, the right fielder, batting left-handed. No outs, just about to get the bottom of the first inning underway. The pitch. In there for a strike. Barnes with a unique blue glove. Stands out quite a lot with the Basha uniform this afternoon, as Casale will foul that one off to the backstop for strike 2. Casale, not only does he play in the field, he also designated hits, and he has also pitched quite a lot for this Brophy team. Barnes delivers. Swung on, pop fly, trailing, and that one will end up foul. Gavin Smith had eyes on that one from the very beginning. Casale says he does enjoy challenge of hitting because it's something you can do every day. As he'll hit that one softly to third. Can he beat the run? Yes, he does. And an errant throw from Smith at third gets the Broncos their first base runner of the afternoon. You see so many athletes, especially in the majors, when they get a grounder, just almost trot, not even try. You know, guys like Pablo Slandevald, Prince Fielder comes to mind. Maybe even a more recent Milwaukee Brewer in Rowdy Tellez. As a bunt is laid down by Lucas Franz. Franz, first base is just occupied. Coming over is Brady Lord. And some miscommunication between Barnes and Clement. Franz almost beating out that throw. But a sacrifice bunt moves Casal to second. It's a good bunt by Franz, taking one for the team. Barnes still working from the windup. Meisner will look at that pitch for a strike. Barnes looks at the pitch sheet on his right arm, comes set with the ball in his left. Swung on through the infield. Casal rounding third and going home. Meisner rounding first and heading to second. Tag not applied in time. And Casal opens the scorebook. And how about that? An RBI double from Jack Meisner to take the lead. Appeal by Coach Eric Albright is to no avail, and the Broncos lead 1-0 in the bottom of the first. Eric Albright filling in for Jim Schilling, who is currently under investigation. First pitch swung on, hit deep to left center field. That ball is caught by Dabrowski in center field, just able to make the play with an outstretched left hand. That ball's down. We might be seeing Meisner rounding third and heading home. With 2 outs in the bottom of the first, Broncos still lead 1-0. Now up to bat for the Broncos. A designated hitter, Jack Oman. Oman looked at that pitch low for a ball. Meisner with a leadoff from second. The pitch. Throw down to second. Not in time. Meisner almost caught on an island. Just got back in the nick of time. Smart throw by Visual behind the dish. I'll finish the thought from previous. Jim Schilling currently under investigation by the AIA.
That's single elimination.
Ball gets past Douglas at short. Meisner decided to just stay at second. Dabrowski was ready with the backup. A crazy bottom of the first inning here where the Broncos lead the visiting Basha Bears 1-0. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Oman batting .367 on the year with 3 runs batted in.
We got the same win today, so.
The pitch. Swung and fouled off of Vigil. Count stays 2-2. And now a potential for Josh Garcia to pull out a hit and run with Meisner at second. Barnes will check Meisner. Tag, not in time. Barnes and Vigil on the same page today. Checking Meisner at second, not liking how much he's leading off. Meisner, to his credit, not leading off by that much by some standards, only with a short leadoff. Barnes delivers, swung on, line drive, hit to shallow center field. Meisner rounding third and heading home. And Jack Omen gets his 4th RBI in the year in the form of a single. And the Broncos double their lead 2-0. Now up to bat for the Broncos, center fielder J.T. Craig. Craig with the most power in this Brophy lineup. Omen checked at first, a high throw from Barnes. Great grab by Clementez at first to not let Omen take second for free. Barnes, lefty, looking at Omen at first. Pitches high, almost hits Craig in the head. Barnes not liking how much he's near the plate. Barnes comes set and will check Omen. Pickoff move worked, and now Omen's in a pickle. And eventually tagging him out for out number 3 is Clementez at first. Barnes very effectively going to that lefty move early in this matchup, but heading into the top of the second, score. The visiting Bears 0, and your Brophy Broncos 2. Jack Laflamme back on to pitch the top of the second. For those of you just tuning in, welcome. This is a good one. Broncos can boost up the 6A rankings for playoffs with a big win today over Basha. And boy, does it not get any easier for your Broncos. Traveling to Basha next week before starting a home and away with the currently number 1 ranked team according to PBR Arizona, the Hamilton Huskies. Broncos playing in a tough 6A conference that includes Basha, Hamilton, Perry, and Chandler. Brophy the only private school among them. The rest are large public schools such as Basha and Hamilton, Chandler, Perry. Laflamme just about ready to get us started. In the top of the second. Up to bat for the Bears, the catcher, Jordan Vigil. Laflamme's first pitch in for a strike. He's found the good graces of the officiating crew so far in this game. The pitch, low, check swing, no. This is Scott Golke in position A. Laflamme kicks and fires. Swung on hard hit ball to Corneo Farmer at first, and he'll take it himself for out number 1. Hard hit ball coming off the bat of Vigil, and played well by Corneo Farmer at first. Now up to bat for the Bears, the left fielder, Max Madrid. Madrid batting .286 on the year with 18 RBIs and 3 home runs. Laflamme starts off once again with a strike. The pitch, just a bit outside. Madrid with the second most home runs in the Basha starting 9. Gavin Smith with 4 unofficially, according to stats, against Cesar Chavez. Smith hit one that the umpires didn't see somehow, so instead of 5, it says 4. Madrid committed to play at the University of Washington next fall, where he'll don the gold W up there in Washington State, as he'll trot to first, and the Bears have their first base runner of the inning. Franz will have a word with Laflamme, just making sure that he's good to go. Now up to bat for the Bears, the second baseman, Brady Lord. Lord made a very wise play earlier with the sacrifice bunt of Lucas Franz that almost ended up with Franz on first. As he'll look at Laflamme's first pitch for a strike. Madrid with the protective mitt on his left hand. Laflamme comes set. From the stretch. Ball outside. Counts 1-1. Lord getting some encouragement from his fellow Bears in the dugout. Laflamme checks Madrid at first. Throw just a little low, actually hit off Madrid. But for the time being, he stays. Pitch high and inside from Laflamme. Bear dugout not liking any of it. Laflamme, the pitch, swung on, hit to Wirtz at short. Can they turn two? Yes, they can! And the 4-6-3 double play, 6-4-3, was Wirtz to grab the ball first. And a big double play for the Broncos defense holds the Bears scoreless through 2 innings. For those of you just tuning in, welcome to Brophy College Prep Baseball here on my Twitter/YouTube. We did have to move the stream to YouTube for the time being, as Twitter was giving me, I'll say, a hard time, I think is a good way to put it. It's a beautiful day for Brophy College Prep Baseball. Current weather in Phoenix, Arizona, 80 degrees and cloudy. Sun setting in about 2 hours and 50 minutes, surely way after this game will be wrapped up. Wind blowing the American flag out in left field from right to left. As Vigil will toss it down, and JT Craig, who was up to bat in the bottom of the first before Omen was caught in a pickle. Craig now leads off the bottom of the second, and the West Point man will get a second chance to face Barnes, as he'll swing at the first pitch and foul it to the backstop. Boy, did Craig want all of that. Winds are going 13 miles per hour, slightly east, not a due east, as Craig fouls that one off to the backstop for strike number 2. 22% humidity and 30-mile visibility. I would argue it's even more, as I can see some of the clouds to the north. Craig will swing and miss. Ball gets away from Vigil. Can Craig beat out the throw? Yes, he can! And the Broncos go from some, well, let's put it not smart base running to some very smart base running by JT Craig, immediately taking off after he swung and missed. And now, courtesy of a drop third strike, the Broncos have their first base runner of the bottom of the second inning. Now up to bat for the Broncos, second baseman George Smith. Smith will pull down a bunt and then hit it foul. A little trickery there from Smith and Shirley manager Josh Garcia. Josh Garcia, a alumni of Brophy College Prep, graduate of 2007. When he graduated high school, I was only 5 years old. Actually, Was I 5? I might have been 4. Barnes, lefty move. Very effective with that of being able to turn the head and not make a move to home plate once a pitcher comes set like Barnes just did there. For those of you wondering, once a move to the mound is made, you have to finish off that move. If not, it is a balk. One of the more common balks, especially you see in Little League where a kid maybe isn't balanced properly or is trying to work a little too quickly and stops and doesn't deliver the ball. It's a balk. That's the most common balk you see in Little League. As Smith places down a bunt, tag almost applied. And another sacrifice bunt by the Broncos lands JT Craig on second. Smith almost beating out the throw once again. Some sloppy defense by the Bears so far through this game. Clementez went for the tag and missed, and luckily Barnes had his back, and he was able to just flip the ball to him. 2 well-placed bunts so far from the Broncos. Barnes' first pitch is in for a strike as the sun is clouded over. Why I tell you I was at Brophy earlier this afternoon talking to some of the kids on the track team for something that I'm doing. Not in terms of play-by-play, but for broadcast. Talked to Brennan McHenry, the UT commit in high jump. Very nice kid, and boy, it was a lot hotter in the morning, especially on that turf. Now with the cloud coverage, no turf. It's a great day for Brophy baseball as Ryan will swing and miss for strike 3. And Barnes has his first strikeout, true strikeout of the afternoon. JT Craig's was a strikeout, however, he did advance to first, no out. So I guess you could say he has maybe, call it 1.5, if you will. Now up to bat for the Broncos, the shortstop, Brandon Wirtz. Wirtz will look at that pitch in for a strike. Craig, the runner at second. 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Broncos still lead 2-0. Barnes delivers. That one just a bit outside, I believe. Counts 1-1. Very, very thick clouds in the sky. Today, I believe, those cumulonimbus clouds, I believe. Big puffy ones that look like cotton balls. Barnes is pitched just a bit up high for ball 2. Barnes looks at call sheet on his right arm and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Wirtz wanted a good chunk of that ball. The pitch, swing and a miss. And Barnes strikes out 2 in a row to retire the side. 2 innings played here from Opus Field. Score, the visiting Bears 0 and your Brophy Broncos 2. We'll take a quick break and be back with you in a moment. Welcome back into Brophy College Prep Baseball right here on my Twitter/YouTube. 2 innings played here from Opus Field. Score, the visiting Bears 0 and your Brophy Broncos 2. Heading into the top of the 3rd inning and leading off the top of the 3rd inning for the Bears, Alex Dabrowski. Dabrowski will look at that first pitch for a strike. Aflam kicks and fires. Line drive, hit to right field, and that'll go down for a base hit. Sal was just playing a little too deep to try and make a play on that one. Oh, excuse me. That was Cannon Albright with the leadoff single. I do apologize. That was Cannon Albright, the designated hitter. Now up to bat is Alex Dabrowski, the center fielder. The pitch. Bunt. Laid down. The Flom will try to throw it over to second. Throw not in time. And the Flom tried to slip as he threw it. The Flom with the right idea. This little slip, and now the tying run is at first in Dabrowski. Now up to bat for the Bears, the shortstop, Gavin Smith. So far through this game, the Broncos have played relatively sound defense up until then, and just a little slip from LaFlamme. The pitch, swing, and fouled to the backstop. Gavin Smith, I already mentioned he had the most home runs on this Basha team with 4. He's also batting a cool .447. You clearly see why he's in a leadoff spot for a reason. That ball's lifted into right field. Casal coming over and making the catch. Runner from second thought about going, and Casal with a cannon from right to hold Albright at second. Now up to bat for the Bears, the third baseman, Drew Douglas. Douglas hit a single up the middle of the infield in his last at-bat. The same result might cut the deficit in half. LaFlamme fires. And that pitch caught the outside corner for a strike. 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. Bears with 2 runners on. LaFlamme, deep breath. The pitch. And that one's in there, strike 2. And Douglas not happy with that one at all. Flom with an 0-2 count. Down the hill, swing and a miss. And Douglas will walk to the dugout on 3 straight strikes. Flom with his second strikeout of the day. Apologies for the long delay. It is being speculated now that Drew Douglas was just ejected from the game for arguing with the umpires. Douglas still in the Bear dugout. I am not aware of the rule in Arizona high school if they are allowed to stay in the dugout or if they do have to leave. I do believe they have to leave. However, some rules and states vary. In the MLB, obviously, you must leave. But we'll see if Douglas does come out to his post at short. The batter for the Bears now is Nichols. Nichols struck out swinging in his last at-bat, and he'll foul that one off his foot. Counts 1-2. Looks like we do have another ball on the field. Wise by Casal to go over and grab it, because if there is another ball on the field, play cannot resume. That rule I do know off the top of my head. For those of you just joining us, welcome. Here in the top of the third inning from Opus Field, 2 outs. Bears with 2 men on first and second. Batter Nicholas working with a 1-2 count. LaFlamme. The pitch. And that one will hit off of Franz. I'm not sure if that hit his shoulder or his head.
I think that you have this backwards. So in the numbering system,
And the ball did actually hit off of Nichols. And now the Bears with 2 outs on the top of the third have bases loaded. And a chance to do some damage with the cleanup hitter, Tyler Clementez, up to bat. LaFlamme's first pitch in for a strike. Franz is back up and behind the dish, thankfully. You never want to see injury in any kind of sports at any level. LaFlamme. Pitch. It passed the glove of Smith. 2 runners will score. And the Bears have tied it up in the top of the third, 2-2. That ball just passed the goal of Smith, allowing both Albright and Dabrowski to score. Now up to bat for the Bears, the catcher, Jordan Vigil. Swung on, and that ball will trickle foul. Vigil liking what he saw immediately from LaFlamme. Do want to apologize potentially for any mix-ups. I do believe that Smith was at third and Douglas is short again, potentially. Drew Douglas thrown out of the game. We will wait and see if he does come back out to play some defense. The umpire made a note on his card as LaFlamme's pitch is high for ball 1. An interesting scenario. At all Brophy games, no one has been ejected this year, coach or player or fan for that matter. And if Douglas is ejected, he'll have the first toss out at Opus Field. Franz checking Nichols at second. Tag applied, not in time by Smith. LaFlamme looks at the runners, now delivers. High moonshot ball. Wirtz under it, calling everyone off and making the play for out number 3. Bears even up the scoring in the top of the third. 2-2. For those of you just tuning in, welcome to Brophy College Prep Baseball on my Twitter. And it does appear that Drew Douglas was ejected. Brady Lord now standing at the post of short. And standing at second is Thomas Peck. Peck, a 6-foot junior. So it will be the end of Drew Douglas's day. And Peck will come on to finish the job. clouds still covering over Opus Field. A little bit of a shift in the infield for the Bears. To paint a picture for those listening at home, the visiting Bears, green caps with a white Basha B on them. Bears embedded in gold on the chest with a gold numeral to the left. Gold numerals on the back. Gray pants, gold and black trim down the side with dark gray pants, an interesting kind of gray. It's not a typical away gray. It's more of like a gunmetal gray, if you will. Brophy Broncos, black hats with a white outline Brophy B with the Brophy Bronco on the back. Black jerseys with script Brophy in white on the front. All white numerals on the back and white pants. Casal leading off the bottom of the third inning. Will take that one high and inside for ball one. So congratulations, Drew Douglas, on officially becoming the first person to get ejected at a game here at Opus Field this year. Counts 1-1 after Casal fouled off that one. Barnes delivers. And Casal will do the same, just a little bit farther on the foul. Both those balls ending up in the Little League field behind the visiting dugout. So far, we have not had splashdown yet. No balls have trickled their way into the aquatic center behind us here in the media area. As Casal will foul that one off again. 3 fouls for Casal, all going relatively to the same area. Counts 1-2. No outs in the bottom of the third inning. Barnes delivers. Line drive. Hit past Peck at second. Casal is up for a base hit single. And the Broncos surely happy with that result. They're getting a base runner on. Lucas Franz up to bat. Lefty move. Casal gets back in the nick of time. Barnes going to that lefty move a lot. He's very effective with it. Franz got to do some fun baseball activities as bunt is pulled back for ball one. Got to do some fun baseball activities being the bullpen catcher for the Savannah Bananas on their summer tour. Casal checked that first. Casal represented the Southwest at USA Baseball U12 in North Carolina back in the day. And now he's representing the Brophy Broncos as Franz puts down a bunt, and that one is fouled. I do got to give Casal some credit here. If he won the lottery, he would buy a house in Texas. I can't disagree with that purchase. Lefty move from Barnes. No tag applied. Counts 1-1 to Franz. Barnes delivers. Casal goes. Throw. And that was a phenomenal throw from Vigil, and Casal is gunned down at first for out number one. Excuse me, gunned down at second for out number one. Casal, Coach Garcia being very aggressive on the base path today, trying to upset the number, I want to double check my notes here, a top 3 team according to PBR Arizona. Barnes kicks and fires. High ball 4. And if Casal would have stayed at first, he would have been on second, unfortunately. And now Franz will reside at first. Now up to bat for the Bears, the Broncos. Woo. The third baseman, Jack Meisner. Courtesy running for Franz is Matt Niezgodsky. Basha currently ranked 2 in PBR Arizona's top 25.
Still going all right over here?
Brophy ranked 9. Barnes comes set and fires. That pitch in there, strike 1, counts even. The pitch, swung on, hit sharply. Peck just heaving it over to first for out number 2. The junior slipped, unable to potentially get the 4-6-3 double play. Wisely still getting one of the outs. Niezgodsky now the runner at second. And up to bat for the Broncos, the first baseman, Willie Corneo Farmer. Corneo Farmer, a day 1 starter for this team. Niezgodsky will advance to third on a wild pitch, and now just a little bit of bingo might bring in Niezgodsky for the lead. Corneo Farmer, though, opening day starter against Queen Creek and has held that post at first ever since.
Let's go, Willie.
Batting .295 on the year with 14 RBIs and 2 home runs. The pitch. And that one is in there. Strike number 2, counts 1 and 2. Big at bat here for the first baseman. The pitch. Swung on. High fly ball. Hit deep to right field. And making the play for out number 3 is Nichols. Just a little bit more on that, and that ball might have hit off the high wall in right. 3 innings played, 4 more to go. Score, visiting Bears, 2, and your Broncos, 2. We'll take a quick break and be back with you in a moment. Don't go anywhere, folks. Welcome back to Brophy College Baseball here on my Twitter/YouTube. Welcome back. And for those of you who are just tuning in, you picked a great time to tune in. Just started the 4th inning. Score is tied 2-2. Jack LaFlamme still on to pitch, and Max Madrid, the batter for the Bears. He has the most RBIs out of anyone in this starting lineup today with 18. through the season. Laflamme pitches. Off speed outside. Franz pumps his hand, saying, just take a deep breath and calm down. And very quickly, Madrid will trot to first. Once again, Madrid drew a walk back in the top of the second inning, and he does much of the same in the top of the fourth. Little conference on the mound. Breaks with Laflamme, having the ball in his glove, and everyone returning to their posts.
There's nothing you can do. It's just annoying.
Now up to bat for the Bears is the new shortstop, Brady Lord. Lord moved to short after the ejection of Drew Douglas. Laflamme checks Madrid, throw not in time. And that pitch finds a strike zone for strike one. Count is even. Sun still behind the clouds for the moment. Laflamme fires. Bunt pulled back by Lord. The runner at first is Madrid. Laflamme from the stretch. Pitches low, ball 3. And that check from Laflamme just a little too high. Willie accidentally knocking off the bat, or excuse me, the hat of Madrid. Laflamme trying to get back in the count here. Swing and foul to the backstop. Count's now full. Laflamme comes set. The payoff pitch. Swung and fouled behind the backstop into the other athletic field. Laflamme comes set. The full count offering. Swung and blasted high in the air, Smith calling off Casal for out number 1. Smith had a call off Casal from right. Now with 1 out, Broncos have a chance to end the inning here with a potential double play. Now up to bat for the Bears. The designated hitter, Camden Albright. Laflamme comes set. Runner goes. Throw down from Franz. Ball pops out of Smith's glove. Throw looked to be in time. Ball just trickled out of the second baseman's glove. And now Madrid will reside at second. Count is 2-0. 1 out here in the top of the fourth. LaFlamme shakes off the first and agrees to the second. The pitch. High. Ball 3.
Let's go, Jack.
LaFlamme comes set. The 3-0 offering low in the dirt.
Got him.
Tag at second, not applied in time. Franz smartly threw it down to second. Madrid almost was a little too aggressive. And now with 1 out here in the top of the fourth, the Bears have 2 base runners. We're doing some action in the Bronco bullpen in the form of Jack Budnick. If Jack does enter the game for Jack LaFlamme, that'll be the 5th Brophy Bronco named Jack to play today. LaFlamme looking for a strike. Pitch, line drive, hit to left field. That one goes foul. And Dabrowski really near that pitch. Dabrowski last time laid down a sacrifice bunt that ended up going back to the pitcher, LaFlamme. LaFlamme unable to make the play at second. LaFlamme delivers. That pitch inside for strike 2. Dabrowski wanted nothing to do with that one. LaFlamme will check Madrid. LaFlamme comes set. Down the hill. Ball up high. LaFlamme comes set. Count is 2-2. The pitch. Off-speed swing and a miss. And LaFlamme sends Dabrowski back to the dugout on an unhappy man. See, third strikeout of the afternoon for LaFlamme. And now up to bat for the Bears. The third baseman, Gavin Smith. The pitch. Line drive just over the glove of Smith. Madrid rounding third and heading home. Throw not in time and not in the right place. And the Bears take their first lead of the afternoon, 3-2. Smith having to lay out for a couple of these hits. And now up to bat for the Bears. Second baseman Thomas Peck. 2 runners on, 2 outs. The pitch. Ball up high. Peck not wanting anything to do with that pitch up in the zone. The pitch. That one goes from high to low for strike number 1. LaFlamme delivers. Hard hit ball goes foul past third base. Budnick still getting loose in the Brophy bullpen. LaFlamme working with a 1-2 count against the junior. The pitch. Ball up high. And LaFlamme almost fell in the follow through. An interesting thing. You see him kick dirt to try to fix it. 2 runners on, 2 outs, 2 strikes. 1 pitch can end it all. Here it comes. Ball just a bit up high. Counts full, 3-2. LaFlamme leans in and gets a sign. The payoff pitch. Runners go. Ball 4 and Peck trots to first. Now with 2 outs in the top of the 4th, the Bears have loaded the bases. Now up to bat for the Bears. The right fielder, Nathan Nichols. Nichols struck out back in the 1st inning. Basha coming into today's matchup with a plus 121 run differential. And just to put it into context, Brophy with a plus 21 run differential. So Basha, a very, very high-powered offensive team. A good job so far by Bronco defense to hold them to only 3 runs right now through 3 2/3 innings played. The pitch. Off-speed high in LaFlamme. After being very consistent in the zone early on, has lost a little bit of his touch. LaFlamme delivers. That ball smacked into shallow left field. Peck coming around third. 3-run score. And Nichols with a bases clearing RBI double. And the Bears double their runs from 3 to 6. And that'll do it for LaFlamme as Budnick comes in with Adler De La Rosa and Charlie Hazen. And it will be Budnick stepping onto the hill to try to end the bleeding. Bears put up 4 runs so far here in the top of the 4th. This is Nichols' first hit of the afternoon. As Budnick warms up, I'll take a break and be back with you in a moment. Welcome back into Brophy College Prep Baseball here on my Twitter/YouTube. For those of you just tuning in, 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning. Broncos now trail visiting Bears 6-2. And on to pitch now for our Brophy Broncos is Jack Budnick. Flom's day's over after giving up a 3-run RBI double to Nichols as that pitch, a great play made by George Smith. Doing his best Super Mario Brothers impression, leaping up and grabbing that ball for out number 3. And Clements can't believe it, taking off his batting gear. And now up pitching for your Brophy Broncos before I was interrupted by some acrobatics from George Smith is Jack Budnick. LaFlamme's day was over after 3 2/3 innings pitched. LaFlamme struck out 3 and allowed 6 runs. And now, for the foreseeable future, it will be Budnick towing the rubber for the Broncos. Barnes, the ASU commit, still on to pitch for the Bears. Sun still behind the clouds here in downtown Phoenix. It's been a very cloudy day, but a great day for baseball nonetheless. Stepping into the left-handed batter's box for the Broncos, the designated hitter, Jack Oman. Oman will look at Barnes' first offering, high for a ball. Barnes delivers. Oman swung on, hard hit ball to Peck at second, and he'll easily make the play for out number 1. Now up to bat for the Broncos, he's center fielder J.T. Craig. Craig reached first safely on a drop third strike. Back to lead off the 2nd inning. Now batting here in the bottom of the 4th. Barnes. The pitch. Low. Ball 2. The pitch. Low. In the dirt. Ball 3. JT Craig currently committed to play at West Point. As Barnes finds strike zone once again, count is 3-1. The pitch, swung on and fouled, just shy of the Basha dugout. Brophy looking for a big win here today that could help boost their playoff rankings in the 6A conference. Brophy currently ranked in the high teens. Brophy would still have to play in a play-in as that ball will be heard of no more as it receives a 5 by the Russian judge. It's now going to find us a new home at the bottom of the pool. Barnes fires. Swing and a miss. And Barnes works back from a 3-0 count to strike out the future Soldier. George Smith stepping into the right-handed batter's box for the Broncos, as he'll swing and miss at that first pitch. Pitch was fouled. The pitch, low in the dirt, ball one. Barnes kicks and fires. And that one will bloop into right field for a base hit. And it's over the head of Nichols, and George Smith is up safely at second with 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. We do some action in the Brophy bullpen in the form of Matt Niezgodsky. Smith gets his lead off from second, and watch out for the lefty move of Barnes. He's been quite effective so far this game. Swung on, line drive, hits deep right field, and jumping up and making a great play and redeeming himself is Nichols for out number 3. We've played 4 at Opus Field. Score: the visiting Bears 6 and your Brophy Broncos 2. Jack Budnick will be back on to pitch after this brief break. Don't go anywhere, folks. Welcome back to Brophy College Prep Baseball here on my Twitter/YouTube. Towing the rubber for your Brophy Broncos is Jack Budnick, and now every single player named Jack has officially played in the game today. A lot of Jacks on this roster. Now up to bat for the Bears is the catcher Jordan Vigil. Vigil slaps that one to Meisner at third. Meisner misplays it and overthrows Vigil on his way to second, and he'll be up safely. And the Bronco defense that started out so sound and so strong is beginning to crumble here in the later innings. Now up to bat for the Bears, the left fielder, Max Madrid. The courtesy runner at second for Vigil is Chris Bailey, senior outfielder. Bailey with a decent-sized leadoff. Wirtz right behind him. Off-speed pitch from Budnick outside, ball one. Budnick comes set. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Counts 1-1. Bailey leads off from second. Bunt pulled back by Madrid, excuse me. Pitch still called a strike. Counts 1-2. Bears leading the Broncos 6-2 here in the top of the fifth. And Madrid will awkwardly foul that one off. A check swing that the ball just found the bat and popped off of. Budnick comes set. The pitch. Swung on. Fly ball hits center field. Craig making the catch. Throwing it to third. Cutoff made by Wirtz. No advance from Bailey. One out. Here, the top of the fifth. Up to bat 4. Bears. Shortstop Brady Lord. That is Madrid's first not walk of the afternoon. Prior to that, Madrid 0 for 0 with 2 walks drawn. And now he'll be 0 for 1 on the afternoon. The pitch. High. Ball 1. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Budnick beginning to find his groove. Broncos defense in a normal shift, normal depth. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. And Lord got none of the last 2. Count is 1 and 2. 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Bears lead. Broncos 6-2. The pitch. Strike 3 called. And Lord will walk back to the dugout after 3 straight strikes from Budnick. Now up to bat 4. The Bears, the designated hitter Cannon Albright. His dad, Eric, the interim head coach. For coach Jim Schilling, who is currently under investigation by the AIA. For what it is unaware, however, as Albright fouls that one back to the backstop for strike 2. However, he is currently away from the team and unable to participate for the time being, something that might prove costly here for a high-ranked Basha team. The 0-2 pitch, low in the dirt. Franz with some great work behind the dish. One-two count. Budnick, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Budnick retires the side. Heading into the bottom of the 5th, the wind picks up. And so did Jack Budnick's velocity on that last pitch. Score, visiting Bears 6 and your Brophy Broncos 2. Broncos with a lot of work to do still. Broncos will get 3 chances at it here in the bottom of the 5th, 6th, and 7th. However, if they do tie, then we might have to go a little bit more. Barnes still on to pitch for the visiting Bears.
Hey, John, they're done over there.
Last season,
Over there.
Okay, so I better go over.
Brophy
Go early or still start at 5:30?
beat Basha
They just do the warm
in
up until
both
whenever the
games
warm-up's done.
Yeah, I better go over.
last season, both by a score of 4-3.
Pat,
It's up to you guys.
I'll take care of it. I'll do it.
Can you just use his lineup or do you need mine?
Wind still blowing from right to left. Sun retreating behind the clouds. As we will have a pinch hitter here for the Broncos in the form of Charlie Hazen. Hazen, normally the backup catcher for Lucas Franz. However, he can also play in the outfield if so needed, as he'll look at that first pitch for a strike. The pitch, outside, ball one. The pitch. And that one finds a strike zone. Count is 1-2. The pitch. Strike three called. And Hazen will trot back to the dugout after a great off-speed pitch there by Barnes. Back to the top of the order with Johnny Casal. Casal singled up the middle in his last at-bat. After getting hit early on, Barnes has settled down, and no runs have been allowed by him or the Bears defense since the bottom of the first inning. Score, Basha still leads 6-2. Casal will look at that pitch for strike two. The pitch, low in the dirt, ball two. And that one nicked Vigil in the arm. As a former catcher, I felt the pain of that one, trying to get over and block it, and you just can't get there in time, and it nicks off your arm. The pitch, low in the dirt once again. Barnes really testing Casal's patience. Count is now full 3-2. Barnes, the payoff pitch, low in the dirt, ball four, and Casal trots to first. And now with one out in the bottom of the fifth, as we do have a couple special visitors here. We have, as we have a little couple here. We have two ducks currently on the field. It is a male and a female. They clearly just wanted to have a little date and go out to the baseball game. As Clementez shooing them away from the infield. They currently now reside in shallow right field. still in the field of play. They just wanted to have a little date night at the ballpark.
Yep, it was spring training in Tucson.
The pitch. And that one comes in for
It's coming over here.
a strike. And after brief intermission with a lovely duck couple, we're back in play. The pitch, high, ball one. Barnes puts the ball in his mitten, comes set. The pitch, swung on and fouled sharply over the backstop. Hitting the E Aquatic Center and then eventually finding its way to the pool. Count is 1-2, one out in the bottom of the fifth. Franz slaps one to Smith at third. Double play unable as Franz will now reside at first. Casal out at second. Will go down as a fielder's choice in the scorebook. Two outs, bottom of the fifth. Bears lead the Broncos 6-2. Broncos haven't scored since the bottom of the first. Looking for some runs to chop down at the Bears lead. Matt Niezgodsky, the courtesy runner for Franz at first. The pitch. And that one finds the outside corner of the strike zone for strike number 2. Barnes delivers. Strike 3 called. And Meisner looks at 3 straight pitches. 5 innings down, 2 to go here from Opus Field. Score, the visiting Bears 6 and your Brophy Broncos 2. Take a quick recess and be back with you in a moment. Don't go anywhere, folks. Welcome back into Brophy College Prep Baseball right here on my Twitter and YouTube, of course. Leading off the top of the 6th inning for the Bears, Alex Dabrowski. Dabrowski struck out swinging in his last at-bat. Count is quickly 1-1. Budnick still on to pitch for your Broncos. Looks like Franz asked for a new ball. The pitch. outside. Budnick delivers. Swung on. Blooper into left field, and that one goes down for a base hit. And Dabrowski has his first hit of the afternoon. Now it's back to the top of the order for the Bears. Gavin Smith, who got his first hit in his last at-bat with a single up the middle. Runner at first, check, tag. And it looks like Dabrowski came up limping a little bit with his shoulder. Budnick and Corneo Farmer just upset that he wasn't called out. From our vantage point up here in the media center at Brophy, it did look like Corneo Farmer might have got a piece of his shoulder. Golke, the field umpire, currently in position B, in between, basically in the middle of a triangle of second base, the pitcher's mound, and first base. So that is a tough angle to see from the B position. We actually have a much better viewpoint of it from here. Dabrowski getting checked out by the by the medical staff. And Dabrowski will stay in and continue running. We're back in play, and the Duck couple has moved to center field. They decided that the right field bleachers really weren't their thing. And Budnick smartly checks Dabrowski. Dabrowski unable to slide back, and an easy tag for Corneo Farmer. Eric Albright a little upset. However, play was called. A wise decision by Budnick and Corneo Farmer to check him right away. You did hear Dabrowski say, "I can still run." Line drive hit deep to center field. JT Craig unable to make the play, and Gavin Smith up safely for a single. It only took one pitch for the Bears to get another runner on base. You can definitely tell that shoulder, the right shoulder of Dabrowski, was affected when he tried to slide back in head first. And it looks like Niezgodsky will go back and warm up some more in the Bronco bullpen. Budnick. Check Smith. Smith back in the nick of time. Smith committed to play his college ball at Harvard. As that pitch is swung on, lofted high into left field. Easily camping under it for out number 2 is Jack Ryan. Now up to bat for the Bears. The right fielder, Nathan Nichols. Smith The runner at first. Nichols, the batter, batting left-handed. The right fielder batting left-handed. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Budnick comes set, delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike two. And Nichols swing and miss at 2 in a row. Budnick comes set. The pitch, Smith goes, and Smith up safely at second. Smart base running from the future Harvard man. Taking off with an 0-2 count. Swing and miss and strikes out. Potentially maybe even advance to third if it's a drop third. And now any contact, any base hit could potentially bring Smith in from second. Budnick's pitch outside, ball 2. Budnick comes set. The pitch, off speed, high and outside. Count is full, 3-2. And you gotta wonder when Coach Garcia might potentially call out to the righty Niezgotsky in the bullpen. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss. And making the throw to first in time is Lucas Franz for out number 3. Heading into the bottom of the 6th inning, Broncos only have 2 frames left to get back, as of now, 4 runs. Barnes back on to pitch. Score, Bears 6 and your Brophy Broncos 2. Take a quick break and be back with you in a moment. Welcome back to Brophy College Prep Baseball. Dabrowski's day is done and over with, and he'll be replaced with Karsten Agostini Jr. Cornell Farmer will look at that pitch for a ball. Once again, Barnes started the game, still on to pitch. He's completed 5 full innings so far. Looking for a potential complete game. As Cornell Farmer will pop that one up to shallow right field. And making the play for out number 1 is Nichols. Second time this game that Cornell Farmer has flown out to right. Now up to bat for the Broncos, the left-handed hitter, Jack Oman. The pitch, just a bit high. Barnes with 1 foot on the rubber, 1 foot off. Kicks and fires. High. Omen had to duck from that one. Barnes delivers. Omen thought about it and didn't swing. Pitch called a strike. Count is 2-1. Omen brought in the 2 lone. Brophy runs back in the bottom of the first with a single up the middle. That scored 2 runners. The pitch. That one called a strike. Count is full. 3-2. Barnes shakes off the first 2. The payoff pitch. Ball 4 up high, and Omen trots to first. Now up to bat for Broncos, center fielder JT Craig. And it looks like we'll have a meeting of the minds on the hill. Eric Albright talking it over with everyone but the outfield. Omen talking over strategy with Raul Torres, first base coach today. And it looks like Barnes will keep his place on the hill for the moment. Barnes has struck out Craig in both at-bats. Only back in his first at-bat, in the second, Craig was able to reach first safely with a drop third strike. You don't see many of those at the high school level. You see a lot of them at, the U12, 13, 14 level. As Barnes' pitch finds a lower third for a strike. Do want to apologize for my voice. I am a little hoarse. I tried to keep it going for as long as I can. As Craig will take that pitch inside, ball 2. Bears still leading the Broncos 6-2 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 out. The pitch. Swung on and fouled over the Bronco dugout. Counts now even 2-2. Barnes checks Omen at first. Omen learned a lesson from his first time on the bases. Barnes looks at Omen and now delivers. Swung on and fouled over Bronco dugout once again. As that one will receive a little bit better of a rating from a Japanese judge. Omen with the leadoff at first. Count is 2-2. The pitch. High. Ball 3. Craig with a chance to either get on base or potentially drive Omen in. Of course, Craig, 5 home runs on the year, and it would be a great time for number 6, as Craig will hit that one to Smith at third. And Craig beats out the throw from Peck at second, fielder's choice in the scorebook. Almost got past Smith at third, and if it did, Omen might have been able to score. And it looks like the minds will once again converge on the mound. And it looks like Barnes' day is done after 5 2/3 innings pitched. Coming in to replace him is number 16, Lucas Brucht. I do apologize. I probably did say that name wrong. I do believe it is a senior right-hander. And it is a senior right-hander standing at 5'6". I believe he is the only player that I might be taller than on either roster. I'll take a quick break and be back with you in a moment. Broncos down 6-2. Welcome back to Brophy Prep Baseball here on my Twitter. Pinch hitting for George Smith is Trey Markham. Trey Markham, also a football player, as it will be Boucher on to pitch, as he'll pop that one up high in right field. Nichols trying to track it and can't. Ball lands foul. Luckily for Markham and the Broncos. Brucey standing at 5'6", the shortest Basha Bear on this roster by almost half a foot. Me and him, although I do sympathize, we are the same height. As Markham will pop that one up high to center field. Nichols coming in from right and barely making the play. And now, 6 innings down. 1 more to go here from Opus Field. Score: Bears 6 and your Brophy Broncos 2. It'll be Matt Niezgodsky on to pitch when we return. Welcome back to Brophy College Prep Baseball here on my Twitter. I do want to make a prior correction. The pitcher, as it stands now for the Basha Bears, is Lucas Bruchet. I looked up a quick pronunciation. It also says Bruchy as well, or Bruchet. I just want to shout out my fellow broadcasting partner as Clementes will swing and miss at that pitch from Niezgodsky. You want to shout out my fellow broadcaster and roommate, Ethan Schwager, for clarifying the pronunciation. And that's a ball for Niezgodsky. Count is 1-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Batter was out. Franz just trying to tag him just in case. Smart by Clements just to run to first just in case. But Niezgodsky with his first punch out of the afternoon. Now to bat for the Bears. The catcher, Jordan Vigil. Off speed from Niezgodsky, popped up to shallow center field. And JT Craig coming in from deep and making the play for out number 2. Out to bat for the Bears. A left fielder, Max Madrid. Madrid has reached base safe twice. This game drawing 2 walks. Most recently, though, a fly out to center field. The pitch. And that one's in there for a strike. The pitch. Low for ball 1. Franz trying to frame it like a good catcher always should. Niezgodsky kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. And Niezgodsky gets Madrid to chase it down low in the dirt. Niezgodsky with the 1-2 offering. Swung on, line drive hit to Casal in right field, and he will barely have to move for out number 3. A quick top of the 7th inning, and the Broncos have a chance to equalize in the bottom of the 7th inning. Broncos 2, visiting Bears 6. Broncos with their last ups of the game. Don't go anywhere, folks. It's Brophy Baseball right here on my Twitter. Welcome back to Brophy Baseball here on my Twitter. Bottom of the 7th inning, the Broncos have one last frame to try and equalize and keep their undefeated streak against Basha that stretches to last season. They had a 2-0 record against them. I haven't lost to them since the year 2021. It will be Bruchet On to pitch as Ryan will swing and miss at that one for strike 2. Warming up in the Basha bullpen is right-hander Carter Boone, just in case Boucher crumbles. The pitch. And that one is low. Ball 1. And now it becomes a chess match between Ryan and Boucher. Brophy dug out with some encouragement. The pitch. Swung and fouled to the backstop. Apologies. Brandon Wirtz on deck. Then after that, it will be Casal. And then the top of the order from there. The pitch. Off speed, up high. Count is 2-2. Sun now creeping back out from the clouds. That ball's fouled off high behind the backstop. Vigil not even attempting to catch it, way out of his reach. Sun just hiding behind the trees here in the media. Space here at Brophy, so I'm nice and shaded. The whole field, though, except for a part of right center field, is fully illuminated. Wind still blowing. A couple birds flying around. The pitch. Strike 3 called, and Ryan knew it right away. And Boucher with his first punch out of the afternoon. A game that has started so well for the Broncos, putting up a 2 spot in the bottom of the first, quickly turned sour after the 4th, where Basha put up 4 runs and now lead by that much. Boucher finds the strike zone. The pitch. Swung on, lofted into center field. And Wirtz flies out to center for out number 2. And now it will be on the bat of Johnny Casal to keep this game alive for the Broncos. Broncos have gone through the order 3 times. This will be the start of the 4th time with Casal leading off. Boucher kicks and fires. Breaking ball in. Strike 1. Boucher, very quick and compact delivery with that 5'6" frame. His reach isn't too much. Just enough as that one is outside for a ball. Boucher with some encouragement from a dugout. Casal will foul that one into the Little League fields. Counts 1-2. And the Broncos are down to their last strike. Casal comes set. The 1-2 offering. Low in the dirt, ball 2. And Casal lives to see another pitch. Boucher, the pitch. Strike 3 called. And that'll do it here at Opus Field. Final score, the visiting Bears 6 and your Brophy College Prep Broncos 2.
Thank you, fans, for attending today's game. Same 2 teams at Basha on Tuesday.
Broncos will
Bronco fans,
travel to Basha on Tuesday
going on
at 3:45 p.m. first pitch for the reverse fixture. Then it's a final series between Brophy and Hamilton, April 24th and 26th. April 21st and 24th for playoffs start. April 26th, so not a lot of regular season baseball left for your Broncos. Only 3 games remaining. Once again, a game that started off so well for the Broncos, up 2-0 early on, and ended up giving the lead away and losing by a score of 6-2. And it'll be time now to regroup for Josh Garcia and his men. Now traveling down to Chandler in a few days. But that does it for me here on my Twitter/YouTube. Thank you for those of you that have bared with me changing to YouTube for the time being. I do appreciate your patience. It has been an excellent day for Brophy baseball. But once again, for me, that wraps it up. Final score, Bears 6, Broncos 2. I'm Nicholas Petrisky, and it was an honor to be alongside you on this journey of baseball. Have a great day. And, of course, please drive home safe, folks. Have a great night.